All right, guys. So, yes, another day at the one source shop. We're working on a Dd15. These are the main bearings that we got right here, and we're installing them because we just put a new crankshaft, so we had to replace the bearings. We didn't open up the top. This is strictly being done from the bottom only. So we put the crankshaft. We didn't remove the pistons. We didn't remove any of that. This was very, very difficult. But if you guys are attempting to do this on your own, you're gonna need help, because these the torque spec on these main bearings are very, very high. You got to look in the book to see how exactly the amount of torque that is required, but I know it requires a torque wrench that can reach up to 600, and it doesn't mean they're torqued at 600, but it has two 90 degrees or 390 degrees turns that can probably get it up there to maybe 4 to 500. Like I said, don't take my advice on it. I'm not 100% sure. I have to look in the book, even though I should know because we do these a lot. But as you can see, the forklift was holding the crankshaft up, and we were trying to get it to get into place as best as we could. So one of my techs right here, he's doing a very good job. He's getting them installed as fast as he can and as safely as he can, so that there's minimal error on the engine after we turn it over. We already turned this engine on. We already ran it. It ran beautiful. We had to get new injectors, but this is just the beginning steps that we were doing to get this engine running. Previously to this job, this engine had spun bearings, so the crankshaft was no good, because once you spin a bearing, the crankshaft gets scarred badly, and if it gets scarred badly, then you can't fix it. You can take it to a machine shop, but this is what I learned. If you take it to a machine shop, they can resurface it, they can smooth it out, buff it out, and polish it, but you can't get oversized bearings for a Dd15. Isn't that something, huh? They don't sell them, so what is the point? So you have to throw away the crankshaft, and you have to get a new crankshaft with new bearings. Do you know how much a new crankshaft costs? I do, because I bought a few of them, and here and there. Our price was $3,600. Your price, if you don't have an account, if you don't spend a lot of money with your dealership or wherever you get your parts from, you're probably going to be spending around $4,800 for a crankshaft. So these things are not cheap. So you want to make sure that when you do a job like this, it is done correctly, because you definitely do not want to spin a bearing. We spun a bearing on a job that we did for a customer, and I had to cover his engine, and I had to buy him a crankshaft, and we did it. And we had to do the same thing that we're doing here, but without taking the engine out, we had to put the crankshaft on the bottom. So here I am going into my Mitchell software and looking at some specs here. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to zoom it in, but okay. So what I'm doing right now with my Mitchell software, I actually put the VIN number in, and it gives me all the details on this engine, like everything I need to know. So it's really, really good for the Mitchell software. It's definitely worth the money, depending on what scale you're operating on in your repair shop. The scale I'm in, I need manuals, I need work orders, I need as much as I can get my hands on. So it's definitely worth it. This software is for shops that are mid-level to high level, but you can also use it as long as you can afford it for beginners too. This Mitchell software costs about $250, I believe. That includes our Napa Repair Center discount. So you can see right there, I put the VIN number in, and the make and model and year came up. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just looking at specs. We want to make sure that what we're doing is correct. So this is how we verify that we're doing our job correctly and we're not taking guess, because you don't want to guess on anything. That's if you're doing that on a shop and you're a repairer.
Here we go.
If you're taking a guess, then I don't recommend any of my friends going to you. It's not. It won't be a good idea. The downside on this software is that you kind of have to like search for what you need. It's not really directly. It doesn't really directly direct you to what you what you exactly need. So you kind of have to read through the book, and actually start finding the stuff. So right here we have a
Dd15 says it right here.
what are we looking at here?
So these are
torque bearing cap connecting rods.
They are 85 pounds.
So these are the connecting rods.
Degrees.
And it says it right there.
Torque bearing cap bolt
for Dd13, 15, and Dd16. So the connecting rods are the ones from that connect the pistons. The pistons to the bearings, and the bearings to
main bearings,
to the rod, to the it's just you have 6 pistons.
Here it is.
So
the main bearing cap.
Those are the connecting rods to the pistons.
And
there you go. There you have it. Dd15, 111 foot-pounds torque, then 184, then 90 degrees, and then 90 degrees. So that's a lot of torque that it has for the main rods. I mean, I'm sorry, for the piston rods.
And I believe they have to be
for the mains. And you know what? I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake. No, that did say connecting rods. We will be looking at the mains, but I think I made a mistake. I wasn't 100% sure if that said mains or connecting rods. It's very tough. There it goes. Those are the main bearings. I just saw it. So this job is very hard, but it's easier to do it when the engine is standing up like that and it's on its side, because it's a lot easier to torque when it's on its side. So another way that this can be done, which we did try before, you can, when you're doing your 90, you can hit it with a heavy duty 1-inch impact tool, and that'll as long as you mark them, you know where your 90 degrees is at, but you have to mark them. But that's it for this video, and I'll be posting more. If you have any questions, comment below. And guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to do either weekly or monthly videos so you guys can learn how to repair your own vehicles. And if you have any questions, any ideas, stuff that you want to see, I can post it for you guys. All right guys, take care.